Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tuesday tip, where in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 things to learn as a beginner BMX rider. So having ridden BMX for a little over 12 years now, there's a few things that I've learned throughout the years that I wish someone would have told me when I was first starting out. So I'm making this video for you today to talk about some things that I wish I would have known when I first started riding BMX. The first thing on the list of things that you need to learn as a beginning BMX rider is skate park etiquette. I've made a video about this, which I'll put in an info card on the screen right now, but the basics behind this are just pay attention at all times whenever you're riding at a skate park. Don't cut anyone off. Don't drop into a bowl while someone is in the middle of a run, and just be a general, polite, pleasant person while you're at a skate park. It's pretty simple, and if you want any more information, like I said, info card was on the screen and a link will be in the description below. After that is one that's along the same lines but not immediately as obvious as skate park etiquette, and that is street etiquette. Believe it or not, there are some things that you should and shouldn't do while riding street that will definitely help you out, and they're things that maybe come across as obvious to some people but aren't obvious to others. And without videos like this or people talking about these things, there's no way for people to learn them. So first of all, if someone's kicking you out of a spot while you're riding street, don't give them attitude. Be nice and just comply and leave. Even if they have nothing to do with the spot, they don't own it or anything like that, the best thing to do is to just leave. Wait for them to leave, maybe come back if you can. But either way, it's important to realize that by riding your bike on someone else's property, potentially damaging someone else's property, you are breaking the law and you have absolutely no right to be there. So if someone is trying to just be a good citizen and tell you that you shouldn't be breaking the law and try to get you out of there, you should just comply and leave and come back at another time and try again later. And another thing to realize that has to do with this is the fact that if you leave nicely and don't cause any problems, it won't cause trouble for other people trying to visit the same spot in the future. Being completely unreasonable and giving attitude and acting as if you're entitled to ride this piece of property that isn't yours can completely ruin a great spot for everyone else in the future, regardless of what they're there to do. And that's not something that we want. The same goes for leaving trash or breaking bottles or anything like that at a street spot. Basically, leaving any trace that you were there other than maybe some tire or grind marks can completely ruin a spot for anyone who tries to visit it in the future. And despite what your favorite video title might make you think, criminal mischief and criminal trespassing can be serious crimes that can lead to serious consequences, and it's just something that you want to think about and learn about whenever you're a beginner BMX rider. And that brings us to number 3 on the list, and perhaps a little bit more important to actually riding itself, and that is figuring out the proper foot placement and spinning direction for the tricks that you're trying to learn and just riding in general. These things aren't super important in the long run when it comes to BMX, but if you catch these things in the very beginning and learn things the easiest way possible in the beginning, it can help you in the future with certain tricks. A tail whip is a perfect example for this. If you learn tail whips in the opposite direction that goes with your spinning direction, it can lead to problems in the future. Say if you want to learn how to do 360 tail whips. The way that I do tail whips is a perfect example of this because I learned tail whips in the wrong direction that I should have and with the wrong foot forward. So if I wanted to learn 360 tail whips, I would either have to do a 360 downside tail whip using my normal spin direction and the normal tail whip direction that I've learned, catching with the wrong foot forward, or I'd have to learn opposite 360 tail whips, doing an opposite 360 with a regular tail whip for the way that I learned them, or I would have to learn tail whips the other direction and then proceed to do everything the normal direction for the way that I spin. There's a few other tricks that work the same way as far as foot placement and spinning direction goes, like bar spins, turn downs and look backs can be the same if you are goofy footed. Now, of course, once you get so far into it, it really doesn't matter because you can learn everything anyways, but why not catch it early in your beginning years riding BMX and learn everything the way that it makes the most sense with your foot placement and your spinning direction. The way that you want to do this is just pick the way that your feet are the most whenever you very first start riding and stick with that and spin in the direction that corresponds with it. If you pick left foot forward, you will spin to the right so that your back foot helps in your spinning direction, and it's the exact opposite. If you pick right foot forward, you'll spin to the left. Left foot forward, you have pegs on the left side to make things the easiest, and right foot forward, you have pegs on the right side to make things easiest. I know a lot of people that start out these days with 4 pegs and a free coaster, and I even have a few friends that grind on the opposite side that they spin, and this can lead to some things being easier, but in general, it's just easier to learn everything when you do it with the way that corresponds with your foot placement and spinning direction. And that leads us into number 4 on the list of things that you want to learn as a beginning BMX rider, and that is how to work on your bike. There's a few things that come with working on your bike that if you don't know about it, you can break parts on your bike. Your stem is a perfect example of this. If you don't loosen the side bolts on your stem before you tighten your headset cap, you can strip out your headset cap, or if you tighten any of your stem bolts way too much, you can completely break your stem. So it's important to learn how to work on your bike, and no matter how good you get or how smooth you get, you will tweak things on your bike and have to work on it. So it's just important that you learn how to do these things so that it doesn't end your session in the future and you don't have to stop riding or take your bike somewhere or hope that a friend is around to fix something, because you'll know how to do it. I've got a ton of videos on my channel, and there are endless other videos and channels on YouTube about how to work on your bike and do things safely and fix things in the proper way. So all you have to do is a quick YouTube search if you don't know how to work on something on your bike. And that leads us into the 5th and final thing that I want to talk about when it comes to learning things as a beginning BMX rider. And the most important thing, I think, is to remember and learn that BMX is exactly what you make it. No matter what anyone else tells you or says about what you're doing, BMX is yours and it's what you make it. You can do anything you want, anywhere you want, any way that you want to, regardless of what anyone says. If BMX for you is going out with your friends and having fun, progressing with each other, that's perfect. And if BMX for you is going to a resi and training to be a contest rider, or you want to try and get sponsored in some way, or you just like street, or you just like park, or whatever your idea of BMX might be, that is perfect too. Just realize that not everyone else is going to share your idea of BMX, and you're not going to share everyone else's idea of BMX. That's the point of freestyle. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want, with whoever we want, and that's BMX. And at the end of the day, we're not street riders, park riders, dirt riders, vert riders, flatland riders, driveway riders, or anything like that. We're all bike riders. And as long as we don't try to push our ideas and values of BMX onto someone else and make them see BMX your way, everyone should be able to get along and have fun in this brotherhood and family that is BMX. And with that being said, that is the end of the 5 things to learn as a beginner BMX rider. I hope that it helps you. If it does, let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation. If there's anything that you think I missed as a veteran BMX rider yourself, or anything that you might have learned as a beginning BMX rider, or anything you might want to learn, just anything you guys want to talk about, leave them in the comments down below. I love talking to everyone and responding to everyone. And if you're new here, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button as well. I come out with tips and tricks videos just like this one every Tuesday. Come out with a BMX news video on Fridays and other types of riding videos and streams throughout the week. I want to thank you guys again for watching and being here, and we'll see you tomorrow at or before 4 p.m. unless I'm late. Goodbye.